Hey guys, this is Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot coming at you with day 10 of the 31 Days of Tarot put on by the one and only Ethany. I have put her website down below in the information box if you care to check out her website, her web store. She's got tons of awesome goodies and readings, and she's got a book that's getting published. She has her tarot deck, her oracle deck, so lots of good stuff, and she's a fabulous person. She also has her blog on there, so if you want to follow along with the 31 Days of Tarot, all the prompts are there. If you want to jump in on it, you know, it's never too late, and there are people that are responding to the prompts through YouTube, through Instagram, through Facebook, through all different social media platforms. So anyway, today's prompt is, what are the tarot decks I would like to work with more in 2018? So as you can see, I had to get into all my decks that are behind me underneath my altar, and I pulled out a few decks that I've had for a while, and they've kind of gotten pushed off to the side, but you know, I still really like them. I love the energy of the decks. I like how they read, so I would like to put them more into the spotlight, so more where I can grab them, you know, when I need them for readings, whether they be for myself, for friends, for clients, or just whatever. You know, I love decks that are very universal in that way. Here are the decks that I want to show a little bit more love in 2018. So the first deck is by Tara Winstanley, and that is the Timeless Tarot. And I got this a long time ago. I think back when she first put this deck out, I think. And I worked with it, and I had such a good time with it. And then, I don't know, I had acquired so many other decks that kind of got put off to the side, but it's a great reader. Here's the backs of the cards. And Tara Winstanley has a shop on Etsy. I think her shop's still there, so you might want to check her out, Timeless Tarot. But anyway, that's the beautiful backings. They are kind of squatty. They're like a smaller oracle size, so kind of more of that almost square shape. But anyway, she's taken some beautiful famous works of art and attached the you know, major arcana, minor arcana to the artwork. And I love the artwork that she chose. I even love this very soft border that she chose. I love the backings. I love the feel. I love the energy of the deck. And it's kind of sad that I put this poor deck aside because we had such good times together, and I would like to continue having good times with this deck. Okay, another deck that fell by the wayside and is still a really, really good deck. Actually, I keep it in this wonderful purple pouch, nice and large, because this is a large deck. Very large. And here's the silvery edging, the beautiful backing, so you can already tell. It's the Gaian Tarot. So this was a deck I had held off on getting, I guess a couple of years ago, and then when I finally got it, it was just, it gave such powerful readings, and this was more for personal use, and I don't know what happened. Like, I put my friend aside. I always feel so bad because, you know, I have these decks and I want to use all of them, and I feel like if I put them aside that they get sad. So I'm putting this one in the spotlight once again, and we're gonna work together. It's gonna be great. One of my other decks is the Romantic Tarot, and I know that Veronica Rose uses this deck quite a bit. I used to use this deck quite a lot, and then I don't know, that's why I'm bringing them back. That's why I want to work with them more in 2018. So that's the beautiful backings of the cards, just your standard tarot size, and this is put out by Los Caraberos. And here are the cards. So for me, well, I know people probably use them for relationship readings and things like that, but I don't know, I use this as like an all-around reader, and I always thought it had such a like a kitschy attitude, like a silly attitude. I don't know, I just really like the personality of the deck. I love all my decks, you know. There aren't any decks that I keep just to keep, you know. I'm not, I mean, there are deck collectors out there, and it's like, you know, they, you know, and there are things that I do like collect and, you know, don't like use, I guess, and that would be like Barbie dolls. Like I've collected so many Barbie dolls just because I love, I mean, I've always loved Barbie dolls, but you know, but I don't like take them out and play with them. Whereas tarot decks, you know, if I like them and, you know, then I will get them. And if I don't resonate with them anymore, you know, I send them off to somebody who will use them, because I don't think they should just be cast aside. I think there's always somebody out there for someone, because they're kind of like friends, you know. So if you don't jive with this friend anymore, then there should be somebody out there that will jive with that friend. Another Lo Scarabeo deck I have is the Tarot Art Nouveau, and this is by Antonella Castelli. And oh my gosh, I remember when I first got this deck, and it was like we were inseparable. We were homies. Your standard tarot size. Those are the backings. And, you know, again, I guess there's kind of downfalls to, kind of looks like the Joker or a Clockwork Orange. There's downfalls to having so many decks. I mean, obviously it's a lot of beauty and artwork to look at, and, you know, so many choices and so many different voices and personalities coming through, depending on the type of reading you want to do. But then I almost feel like I neglect some of my friends, you know, so we're bringing them back. We're bringing them back. Oh gosh, it's so gorgeous. I love Art Nouveau. My third Lo Scarabeo deck, and it's nothing against Lo Scarabeo. I don't know why they got pushed aside, but that's my Crystal Tarot. And this one I got in the very first trade that I did. Here are the backs of the cards. It's back when I didn't know like trading was a thing, and I was like, is this safe? You know, I'm just kind of like sending a deck off to somebody, and then I think they're sending me a deck. So this kind of was my first foray into deck trading and swapping and all that good stuff. And it was also my first foray into pip cards. And when I got it, I was like, oh, how do you read this? So it really helped me to brush up on the meanings. You know, what does the Three of Cups mean? You know, and then I started developing, you know, certain imagery and things in my head, so that every time I saw the image, all of a sudden I would just know the meaning of the card. And so that's I guess without this deck, I wouldn't have the knowledge and the, I don't know, you know, just having certain things pop up in my head when I do my readings. I don't think I would have moved ahead as fast as I did in tarot reading without this deck. So I'm so glad I had gotten this deck. And yeah, it's, every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, why did I put you aside? Why did I put you aside? You're so pretty. And Wally, by the way, is off to the side right now, and he is on top of my sweater. So this was a, I got this used somewhere, but it's the Tarot for Cats. So Cosmic Creeper, you know. It's got, you know, this awesome little book inside, and it's just a major arcana deck, but I used to love to use it as like a theme card for a reading. I would pull it. Sometimes I would pull, like if I was doing an oracle reading, I would pull like maybe a couple major arcana cards, and I loved using this deck. Here's the backs, and it's not oracle size, or maybe a little slimmer than oracle size, but it's cheeky. I like the colors. It's really fun, and I need to bring it back. We're bringing it back. We're bringing it back. So bringing it back in for 2018. Need a lot more of this. And I used to get this card quite a bit when I first got the deck. Yeah, but this is a lot of fun. One of my goals this year is to incorporate a lot more fun into everything that I do, because I'm really just a big kid at heart and I need to stop denying that. So for the last two decks that I want to show, they were decks that I got towards the end of 2017, so it's not like I have neglected these decks like I've done my poor decks that I've already shown you. But they're just decks I didn't have a chance to work with too much because it was like right at the end of 2017. So now, you know, I really want to get to know them a lot more. And one of them is the Art of Life Tarot. And what I think is cool about this is when you open up the cover, you can slide this in like that, and you slide your tarot card in there, and it's like you have your work of art and you can put it on display, which I think is really neat. Nifty. So here's the lovely backings. I think that's a Klimt, yeah, painting. Okay, I thought these would be cool if they were like gilded. But anyway, so just like my Timeless Tarot, again, it's a beautiful piece of artwork. It has a tarot card attached to it. But what I like down here is that there is a quote to go along with it, which I dig that. I dig it. And this picture always makes me laugh. And what I like about this one is the pictures for me aren't like, you know, when you have that Rider-Waite, you know, meanings of cards in your head. But when I look at these pictures, there's so much more like richness and avenues that I could take a reading and different ways of looking at things. And then reading the quote too, it's like, oh, you know, like all this other stuff is coming up for me. And I think I haven't used them in client readings because it's still more of a personal deck, and I want to get to know a lot more and have a deep connection with my deck before I use it with anybody else. But I've enjoyed working with it thus far. And the very last deck that I want to give some love in 2018 was a deck that I got at the end of 2017. That just comes in your average little white box, and that is the 80s Tarot. Oh yeah. All my 80s babies out there. I was born like right at the start of the 80s. I was like, how can I not get this? Like, like the coloring reminds me of like Saved by the Bell, and, I don't know, just like the shirts the guys used to wear. It reminds me of, like Trapper Keepers and just everything. You know, we have Indiana Jones, and we have the chick from Mad Max and Teen Wolf. And, so all of the major arcana cards are from a, you know, famous movie, whatever, pop culture movie, that have like cult followings. And then it's pip cards for all the rest, for the minor arcana. But they're so cool. Like, I literally had a computer like that. And then I had my first laptop or portable computer. It was in a box. So you like opened the box and slid out this massive keyboard, and that was your laptop. So I don't know, it just brings back nostalgia for me. I haven't really used it to read with anybody else, but I noticed that when I do readings for myself with this, it's always like bam bam, like it's a pretty heavy hitting serious deck, and I'm like, whoa, like why you gotta be so heavy, man? So yeah, Die Hard, yeah. All right, so that's it, you guys. Those are the decks that I just want to reintroduce into my readings in 2018, or get to know more if they're brand new. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely go check out all the other videos that are out there. I'm just having so much fun just looking at everybody else's videos, everybody else's like decks and goals and readings and things like that, and I wish there were more hours in the day to be able to get through them all, but hey, we have a 3-day weekend coming up, so hey. All right, so that's it from me, spiritual homies. If you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you homies want to catch a reading with me, I'd be more than happy to work with you. The information for my Etsy shop and my website are down below. If you want to hang out on social media, that'd be great. I am going to be adding a couple new things to the shop, so stay tuned for that. Oh, I won't give it away yet, but yeah, they're going to be 2 things that I've been ruminating on for the past year, and now that I think that, you know, since it's the beginning of a new year, I want to add those to the shop. So new little magical items. All right, so that's it for me, spiritual homies. I will catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.